Nick Grizzle here with Drum Magazine. We're here with James from Roland, and he's going to show us some new products, including this Tm6 Pro Trigger Module here.
Yeah, so we're really excited with this new Tm6 Pro, and we've come out with a module now for the hybrid drummer in mind that really gives a lot of inputs and a lot of flexibility to triggering up their kit and really adding a lot of different really cool sounds and flavors. So the Tm6 Pro features 6 dual trigger inputs, so you can obviously expand that to 12 singles, and it gives you the functionality with a USB interface to send everything to a DAW, and it has 6 direct outputs, analog outputs. So a lot of ins and outs, a lot of flexibility, and the sounds are incredible. Over 500 sounds, so some of our famous V-drum sounds, as well as one-shot samples and elements to kind of add some different flavors to your acoustic sound. So we're really excited about this. Really kind of cool, unique user interface. So if you're familiar with maybe the SPD-SX, which is a very popular SKU from Roland, you're going to fly around this. Really kind of easy to set up. A lot of trigger banks for triggers, different pads, and all different kinds of kind of setup variations. So we're really excited about it.
Great. And how about these mesh heads you have? This is on an acoustic kit, but when you were playing earlier, it's totally quiet.
Totally silent. So we are expanding our mesh heads. So these are the same heads that have been on our V-drums for a long time, since the birth of the V-drums. And we are making them in all different sizes to kind of fit every kind of kit, right? So if you want to kind of convert your acoustic drums to a silent kit, now you can do that with the real authentic Roland mesh heads.
And that's including the kick drum up to 22 inches?
Yeah, kick drum sizes we have up to 22. Yeah, so right here I have a 16, I believe there's an 18 and whatnot.
Could you play a little bit just so we can see how quiet it is?
Yeah. So it's...
That's really quiet.
Really quiet. I mean,
yeah.
There's no tick from the mesh heads, right? And we even have a little bit of rubber around the rim, so we got things really quiet.
And the kick drum too. Yeah.
Completely quiet. So you can play into the night, And we have some new hardware even that we're developed and coming out with in shipping in March that will be able to be real silent, called the noise eater stuff. So we can talk about that too.
Yeah, let's see that real quick.
So this is a new series of hardware. So the noise eaters have been around for about 4 years, noise eater technology, but now we're integrating that technology right into some hardware. So we have a single pedal like this, a double pedal, and a hi-hat stand. Because most of the problems that customers have when they're playing in an apartment or maybe in a house with a bedroom is the surrounding contact noise, right? So if you're playing and your downstairs neighbor, they can hear a lot of that impact, that tick, right, from just the pedals. So this reduces that volume greatly. So we even have a bunch of different accessories here, so when you're playing different pads, even that contact noise on the kick triggers are greatly reduced. So we're super excited about this.
And this looks pretty heavy duty here. Double chain. That's built to last, yeah?
Absolutely, double chain. It feels great. Feels incredible. Very smooth bearings here, and all the same standard kind of positioning and tweaks that you can do on major kind of brand hardware. So yeah, super excited about this one.
Nick here with Drum Magazine, and I'm here with James from Roland, and he's going to talk about this RT Mic S. It's a trigger and a microphone in one.
Yeah. So we're really excited about this. This is the first of its kind. So not only is it a trigger, but it actually triggers internal sounds. So you don't need a module to have sounds. All the sounds are internal that you can hook up to your computer via USB and swap out, a bunch of different, whatever sounds you want, as long as they're a WAV file, you can put it on here. So it's really kind of a cool game changer unit because it's totally inclusive.
Yeah.
So not only, as you said, was this a trigger, but it also has a condenser mic element built in. So now you can really blend acoustic and electronic sounds with one trigger.
A condenser, that's no SM57. I mean, that's like a high-end sensitive microphone.
Sensitive microphone, really picks up all the nuances, all the kind of the frequency spectrum from the high end to the low, so you get a really kind of crisp sound.
So is this just for snare drum?
It's not. I mean, you could put this on your toms and it'll sound great on toms as well. And again, since you can swap out the tones that are inside, you can tailor them to tom sounds or whatever you'd like, really. So it's not just for snare. Even though it's called the Mic S, you can put it on your toms.
What are the sounds that come loaded in it?
So it comes loaded with 8 sounds right out of the box, and that's snare drum, and 2 is a snare drum variation, so snare A, snare B. Then we have claps, you know, very popular in hip hop and whatnot. So a different, you know, 2 different types of claps.
Yeah.
Type clap A and B, and then percussion. I think that's tambourine sounds and shaker sounds.
Okay.
A and B, and then electronic elements, just electronic sounds.
Cool. And is this simple enough to use where if I'm just a drummer and I'm not really a sound engineer, could I be able to use this?
Sure. Sure, absolutely.
It's just one cable.
It's just one cable, right? Right. We have different mix outputs. If you just want, you know, the microphone, we have an output for that, and we have an output for a mix. So the microphone and the electronic sounds. And on the side of the unit, you can also dial in how much of, you know, in terms of levels, how much electronic sound and how much acoustic sound is going out to the front of house.
Oh, so if I wanted 100% microphone and no trigger, I could do that. Or say I have one song where I have hand claps that I want with my snare, I could just turn that up, play that song, turn it back down, just get mic again.
Right. Or if you just want the hand claps, you can take the mic all the way off. So you can just have hand claps going in front of house.
And how do we change between sounds?
Just hit this button right here. Really simple.
It's that easy.
Yep, on the LED will show, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's all the different slots that'll toggle through to get the different sounds.
That seems like really usable in a gig situation.
Very, very usable.
Very cool. Great.
Thanks.
Thanks.